Hi everybody! I wanted to show today what I do to break in a new leather cover. If you are new to my channel, I am a humongous fan of leather covers for all of my notebooks. Like as many as I can, I will put a leather cover on it. So I know that there are a lot of ways different people break in a new cover just to make it theirs and feel like they're ready to start using it. And for me, I was actually prompted to do this video and like peer pressured by Robin at Talks from the Heart because she recently received a new A6 wide LeCow cover for her 5-year Hobonichi. And she had sent me a photo, and I will link her video below where she shows this cover, but she sent me a photo when she got it, and I will flash that on the screen. But she was wondering if there was anything that she could do to make it fit better over her book, because as you can see from the photo, it was really pinched at the spine and it was sitting kind of askew. And so I sent her a really quick video of what I do when I get a leather cover for the first time to break it in and to make it fit really nicely over whatever book I'm putting in it. So she suggested that I do a video just showing what I do in case it could help anybody else. So I hope you find this helpful, and I'm 100% sure that there are tons of other people that already do this. So comment down below if this is something that you have been doing. So this cover, this is from Maker South. So both of these covers are from Maker South and they're sized to fit a Hobonichi Weeks. And if you don't know, these I use to journal to each of my kids. And when I received these, this one needed major breaking in. They are two completely different leathers. This is actually a horse front, and it is super thin and squishy and is incredibly pliable, has a very soft hand. This, on the other hand, is incredibly thick and very stiff and rigid and has a very extra firm hand to it. So this one, when I put the Hobonichi Weeks in, it just flopped over and did not need any coaxing or molding at all. And the fit was amazing right away. This one, when I received it, and when you get a stiffer kind of leather, if you put a book in, sometimes you'll find that it will sit slightly open. And it really needs to have a little bit of love, a little bit of manipulation to get it to sit right over your book. And that will just happen naturally over time as you use it and you keep closing it over the same book. But I am impatient and I love a perfect fit right off the bat. So for this one, it did do that, where the cover was just ever so slightly open. And I have an unboxing of these two and I will link it, but you can kind of tell in that video when I put the Weeks in here and I closed it, I could actually like push on the cover and it would like do like this. And it was really slight, but I did notice that. So what I end up doing, especially for stiff covers like this, is, let me take this out. I will pinch the spine along the seam like this. And this is a pull-up leather, so it's going to show some really beautiful quality. So I will pinch it on one side, and then I will pinch it on the other side. So you're kind of making a flat area here with the points on both sides here. And I will do that all along the back. And then once I kind of get the leather used to the shape that I want it to be in, I will take my hand, if the size allows, and kind of hold it like this and then push in on the spine like that to kind of reinforce that squarer shape. And then I will also just run my palm up and down the whole thing and push in. And this is basically what I do. And I will do it for a couple of days. It depends on the leather, but it will take different amounts of time depending on the characteristics of the leather that you have. So once I did that, I did it one time to this and it laid perfectly. So all it needed was to have a little manipulation there to get it to square up a little bit better. And then ever since then, I've not needed to do it again. And it's wonderful. There are a lot of leathers like this particular horse front that is so thin and pliable that don't need it at all. And this is from Maker South as well. This was a custom order. I got it sized to fit the Moleskine expanded notebook. And when I got this, I have a video where I unbox this as well. I can link that. Like somewhere in that video, I had my notebook in here and I specifically said I was going to square off the spine, and I started pinching it like this, and I was going to pinch it on all sides. And what I quickly found out was that this leather is so thin and so forgiving that it did not need to be broken in at all. That every little crease that I made, eventually it just went back to the way it was, and it just chose to hug my notebook perfectly anyway. So it did not need to be squared at all, and it was just really unnecessary. So I just started to square the spine automatically just because it's a habit when I receive something new. So I did it for this. This is a LeCow, and it does hold my 5-year Hobonichi. And this, it does not have any strings. It does not have an elastic closure. So it really needed to be able to lay over my book by itself on its own. And I did not want it to pop up at all. I needed it to be the perfect cover. So when I got it, it was a little bit stiff. And I did the same thing where I squished it over here all along the spine, did the same on the back. And again, depending on the leather, sometimes that's all I have to do to get the fit that I want. And other times I will just need to like make sure that spine gets a little more love like that. And that's it. So I have a new cover here that I have not shown. So look at this. This is a Sojourner, obviously. This is in the B6 Plus size because I had a couple of these B6 Plus Leuchtturm notebooks and I got them on sale, and I am planning on using up so much of my stash, especially like in this new year. So I wanted to use this up, and there's no better way for me to use up the things that I have if I have a beautiful cover to put them in. So I have been wanting this combination of leathers from Sojourner ever since I saw Sarah McCarty's folio that she has, and she has this exact same leather combination. So this is the sand leather, which is a nubuck, and it's so soft and velvety. And then this is a special brown pocket. So I requested no clamp marks on the pocket. I don't like those, except for this, because I can barely see it, but there is a clamp mark right there in the corner. And I'm like okay with this for some reason, but if it's a really distinct, really apparent clamp mark, I don't like it. So I requested not to have it, and they delivered. It's gorgeous. I love the really pale colors of this because I tend to go for really dark and rich caramelly type of colors. So I'm loving having this in my collection. And let's open it. It's got the nude pockets on the inside. So I have not squared the spine. So I think this is really common that when you receive a brand new traveler's notebook or leather folio, it comes pretty pointed on the spine like that. And it's just from being shipped and being squished in that way. So it actually fits fine without being squared with this notebook in here. And this is like a super tight fit. Like, I feel like this isn't going to do well with anything else in there. I mean, it is made for this notebook, and that's pretty much all. So right now I like the fit like that without even needing to square the spine. However, I bulk up my journals a lot. So I am going to need to square this just to allow for that room for expansion. I just kind of like the way it fits better once the notebook gets bulked up. So I am going to try to square this a little bit. This leather is like really brand new to me. I don't have any nubuck leathers. So I don't know if it's actually going to take to squaring like this. It actually kind of does. So that's awesome. So that's all I do. And you can already see how it's much, much better. It's way more square, less pointy, and the repeated action of this will just help give that leather that shape memory. And oh, there you go. But yeah, this is my new guy. I have no idea when I'm going to use this. This is why I have not shown this yet, but I've had it for a couple of weeks. I just got really excited, and I had put it off for so long, and then I bought it, and I'm not even using it yet. So there you go. That's how obsessed I am. So anyway, that is what I do when I get something new in leather goods. Let me know what you do. Do you have some kind of special ritual when you get a new leather cover to just break it in and make it yours? I'd be really curious to know. And let me know if you also are really obsessed with squaring your spines. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!